Hello, good evening to you all. We've got a sporting double-header for you. Later on, there's international rugby with Wales on World Cup duty in Romania. But first, it's boxing. Wayne McCullough, a fighter who just oozes excitement, the Irishman based in Las Vegas, and he's fighting in the gambling capital for the very first time. After punching his way to an Olympic silver medal in Barcelona, McCullough, the pocket rocket, spent just 11 months as a pro before he claimed his first bantamweight title.
Better sit down.
Target practice on Javier Medina. How impressive is this guy?
His last fight was very different. The iron-chin Mexican Victor Rabanales provided the stiffest possible opposition. McCullough won all right on points, but there was a row about the scoring.
I watched the fight afterwards again, and I won 9 rounds out of 12. And they might have been close rounds, but I still shaded them. And people weren't looking at that, so I thought the scores were okay. I thought I won the fight easy enough.
Yeah, I thought he won that one okay as well, with our boxing studio guest tonight, the former world featherweight champion, Colin McMillan. Colin, welcome. Give us your view on Wayne McCullough, could you?
Yeah, he's a very good prospect. I think a very good pressure fighter. He's been guided very, very well, and looking for things for the future.
You think that we might just take a few too many punches?
I think one fault with Wayne is that he does leave him a little bit open, and that could be a problem in the future.
OK. Well, of course, boxing to come. But now let's look at Wales, the Five Nations champions. They certainly punched their weight OK this year. Big fight commentators tonight are Jim Watt, and first of all, it's Simon Reed.
So Wayne McCullough, who's based in Las Vegas these days, although born in Belfast, fights here for the first time. And his opponent, Andres Cazares, 30 years old now. 15 KOs to his credit. But this good opportunity for McCullough to show his home fans here his skills. Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Fans, here we go with the main event of the evening, a super bantamweight special attraction scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing black trunks with purple trim, hailing from Gomez Palacio, Durango, Mexico. He weighed in at already 119 pounds with a record of 21 wins, 10 losses. He has 15 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome Andres Torito Cazares. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the blue corner in this featured main event. He is wearing black trunks with purple and white trim, hailing from Belfast, Northern Ireland. He is training and fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. He weighed in at 122 pounds, and he is undefeated in his campaign as a professional with 13 wins, no losses, 11 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the silver medalist for Ireland, the NABF Bantamweight champion, the current WBC #1 ranked contender, introducing a fighter known as the Pocket Rocket, the undefeated Wayne McCullough.
Yes, the locals love him here. A very popular young man indeed.
All right, you guys, I gave you instructions in the dressing room. Caution again to obey my commands at all times. Shake hands and good luck.
So Wayne McCullough, fresh from a very tough fight against Victor Rabanales. There's the tail of the tape. You can see 7 inches taller and 3 pounds heavy. This match made at super bantam, although McCullough is the North American bantamweight champion. Very busy fighter indeed, McCullough. Just a pro for 19 months, already 13 wins under his belt. And it's a rapid-fire approach, Jim.
Yeah, well, that's the way McCullough boxes. If it's a 6-rounder, 12-rounder, if they still did 15, that's the way he would do it for the full time. Very aggressive. Trouble with his defence, they're going to have to tighten him up a little bit, and I think that showed up badly in his last fight against Rabanales. Tremendous performance, a tremendous result, but he took far too many punches. So we'll see if they've worked on that or not.
Hasn't got a one-punch knockout blow to his credit, McCullough, but so much volume of punches thrown. Cazares, as I said earlier, has 15 KOs to his credit, but nothing of the caliber of Arabanales.
I think McCullough's biggest danger is going to be from his opponent's head tonight. He's also, Cazares is having trouble with his footing. That's the third time in the first round he's slipped. And every time he's done it, McCullough's pinned him on the end of some punches.
And already you can see Cazares pretty marked up around the nose and mouth.
McCullough looks to have tightened his defence as he shapes up, but still when he lets punches go, his chin comes up a little bit. He's just been caught with the right hand there. Lovely variety of punches McCullough has though. Good balance and good tempo. See, that's the clash of heads I've been speaking of. I've been expecting that.
Not quite in his rhythm yet, McCullough, because once he gets that rhythm going, he's almost unstoppable.
Yeah, I think once he starts getting home cleanly, especially with the jab, Cazares is ducking low. Good first round for McCullough.
His first fight since beating Victor Rabanales in June in Atlantic City in that final eliminator for the WBC bantamweight title. Lined up, hopefully, for a shot against the champion, Yasui Yakujiji. First round, we reckon, to McCullough.
Yeah, clearly, but full credit to Cazares. He's not just come up to make up the numbers. He's doing his damnedest here. He keeps trying to go forward, trying to get inside the long leads of McCullough. Putting up a decent little show. Nice little right hand lead he's sending over too.
Yes, the Mexican Cazares full of purpose, but McCullough does look to have tightened his defence a bit.
Yeah, but just that I'm concerned when he starts throwing his own punches that sometimes his chin just comes up a little bit and he's been caught by a couple of counters, but things are going his way, so he's quite happy. Again, Cazares' head could be the biggest threat here.
Again, lunging in.
Once again slipping, yep. It looks like those old boots with the leather soles that we got years ago. I wonder if they've been handed down from previous generations, but that's a few times tonight he's been slipping.
The Rabanales fight, which you saw obviously, Jim, was a tough one for McCullough. A little bit marking time perhaps in this one.
Yeah, well, he's got himself to the #1 spot, so obviously you don't want to risk that for no reason, so they've made an overweight match against a fellow here that he should be able to handle all right. But keep him busy. He's the type of fighter who has to keep busy. He's an all-action type fighter. He's not like a thinking type fighter. He's more all-action, so you want to keep those young kids busy at this stage. And this is a good match for him.
He's going to just set himself for his punches now.
Yeah, well, he's beginning now to try to drive Cazares back, get more power into his punches. Cazares slipping once again there.
And finding his range now more and more. Just clip there. And a nice little right flush on the chin. And he really is beginning to push Cazares back now.
Yeah, but he's in the driving seat now, picking his shots well, nice variety.
So a second round, 2 rounds to McCullough. In Atlantic City in June, and in his third fight, Oscar Zamora took in the distance. Apart from that, 11 wins inside. And it's basically a wearing down process.
Yeah, well, he's firmly in charge now. The first couple of rounds, he's found his range and he's boxing very well. Once again, Cazares' head is the main danger to McCullough. They just clashed again there. His corner have asked him for more body shots, which might be a good idea, but which could also bring Cazares' head more into play. Has to be careful. See, there it goes again, little clash of heads. Cazares is not a dirty fighter, it's not intentional, it's just the difference in height. And McCullough standing up a little bit tall.
McCullough starting to pick him off now as he pushes him away. And he looks really focused and the rhythm is there.
Yeah, those were good shots. He's setting himself a little bit more now.
Well, we found out a lot about McCullough in the Rabanales fight as well, didn't we? We found out he's got a good chin, he can take a shot.
Yeah, that was a tremendous match. I mean, I thought maybe a little bit early in his career, but he came through that well. Some people thought maybe lucky to get the verdict. I didn't. I thought he won it by a couple of rounds, although the judges gave it to him by a little bit of a landslide, which was wrong. But he's really finding his range here now.
As he's planting his feet more.
See, Cazares not been allowed to come forward so much now. Really been backed up at every turn here.
Worrying times now for the Mexican. And McCullough can't miss him.
Beginning to become just a little bit one-sided now. McCullough beginning to knock the fight out of Cazares, I think.
And again, stopped right in his tracks. Looking all of his 30 years now, looking a little worn. Cazares and McCullough picking him off with the left and the right cross. There's those body shots you were talking about.
He's really doing pretty much as he pleases now. Head, body, jabs, hooks. Yeah, just totally sickened him.
And those body shots at the end did the trick. No, it doesn't look like he's going to get up from this. Richard Steele is counting him out. He's got to 10. He wants to carry on, but it's too late. He counted to 10, and there is win number 14 for Wayne McCullough, and number 12 inside the distance, and that was just the fight he wanted after Rabanales.
Yeah, well, you can't blame him coming back, maybe coming down the ladder just a little bit, and that was ideal for him. A good tool sharpener. Cazares tried hard in the first couple of rounds, gave him some problems, but nothing he couldn't cope with, and there was a lovely left hook to the body just before he went over. You see, it was actually a delayed action. It was more or less pushed over, but you'll just see the left hook coming in here. Bang. Oh, good shot. Just at the short rib, which just kind of sickened him, knocked all the fight out of him.
A very convincing performance indeed from the 24-year-old from Belfast. So still number 1 contender for the WBC title. Let's hear from Wayne McCullough.
Cazares was dangerous with his head. He clashed heads a lot there, and he threw big right hands, swinging punches, and he was dangerous. But as I say, I've been in the gym, I've been learning. I want to take a few fights and learn out of them fights, and then go for the title. I want 2 or 3 more fights before I fight for the title, and learn things out of it, and then I'll be 100% for the championship.
Yeah, he still wants to learn. I think that's very, very sensible, don't you, Colin?
Definitely, he looked quite good. I think...
Cazares. Yeah, Cazares, his opponent, really, I mean, in Jim Watt's terms, he came down the ladder for this guy, didn't he? But he put him away very effectively.
I think it's very hard for people like Wayne McCullough to actually look good against an opponent like Cazares, because he is an opponent. All the advantages were with Wayne. I think he boxed a lot better than he has done in the past. He showed he was working on his defence. And it was nice to see the way he put his punches together and finished off the job in the third round.
It was one-sided, but that third round, I mean, those left hooks that went in when the fight finished, that was brilliant pieces of work from McCullough.
I think the corner was saying to him from about the second round to work to the body, and come the third round, he put the pressure on and started going to the body.
He was a little bit slippery on his boots, wasn't he? Some old pair of boots poor old Cazares had, but he was never had a prayer here, did
I think the three good left hooks around the side, and one right hand, and it was all over.
Prince Nassim Hamed against Wayne McCullough. What would happen there, do you feel?
That would be a very good fight. I think at the moment, Wayne is slightly more accomplished. He's been at that level, you know, a little bit longer. But Nassie's looking very, very good. And the two styles, I would have to favour Naz.
Obviously won't happen for a while, but it's an exciting prospect a little bit down the line, Colin.
It's something to look forward to the future. I think both of them have got to keep on winning. But if they do, he's going to be something to look forward to.
Do you think, briefly, Wayne McCullough is a future world champion?
You know, Wayne's looking very, very good. I think he does need to learn, as he said today. But he's something which could be a good prospect in the future.
I'm sure you're right. And just finally, we can't let you go. When are you going to be back in the ring again? How's that shoulder?
The shoulder's fine. I've come back from a second operation. I've had a long layoff, and I'm looking forward to fight in October. I'm hoping to fight October the 1st. I don't think it's going to be coming off, but I should definitely be fighting in October.
We hope to see you back very soon, Colin. Thanks for joining us tonight.